cabinet square, and sets up a stall and seats,
from which he offers a few small lots of fruits, nuts, and sweets,
and a choice collection of halfpenny ballads.
Next to his stall stands a placard advertising his errand-going services.
Over the years, he has established his right to the corner, and has never varied his ground an inch.
He has settled it that he is errand-goer by appointment to the house at the corner, though he receives such commissions not half a dozen times in a year.
He always speaks of it as our house, though his knowledge of its affairs is mostly speculative, and all wrong.
For example, he knows so little about the inmates that he long ago gave them names of his own invention, as
Miss Elizabeth, Master George, Aunt Jane, Uncle Parker,
having no authority whatever for any such designations.
Assuredly, this stall of Silas Wegg is the hardest, most sterile little stall in London.
Mr. Wegg himself is a naughty, close-grained man.
So wooden a man that he seems to have taken to his wooden leg naturally.
And rather suggests to the fanciful observer that he might naturally be expected to grow another one soon.
The man approaching the stall this morning has been here just a few days before.
Mr. Wegg is observant, or as he himself says,
takes a powerful sort of notice.
And so as he sees the return of the stranger, he mutters to himself, sulkily suspicious.
Oh, here you are again. What are you now?
Good morning to you, sir.
Calls me sir. You won't answer. Good morning to you, sir.
Do you remember me then?
Well, I have noticed you go past our house.
Our house? Meaning...
Yes.
Oh, what do they allow you now?
It's job work that I'll do for our house. It's not yet brought to an exact allowance.
Oh, it's not yet brought to an exact allowance? No, it's not yet brought to an exact allowance. Oh, morning.
Appears to be rather a cracked old cock.
How did you get your wooden leg?
In an accident.
Do you like it?
Well, I haven't got to keep it warm.
He hasn't got... He hasn't got to keep it warm! Did you ever hear the name of Boffin?
Well, no, I never did hear the name of Boffin.
Do you like it?
Well, no, I can't say as I do.
Why don't you like it?
I don't know what I don't, but I don't at all.
Well, I'll tell you something that'll make you sorry for that. My name's Boffin!
I can't help it.
But there's another chance for you. Do you like the name Nicodemus? Think it over. Nick or Noddy?
It is not, sir, a name as I could wish anyone I had a respect for to call me by. But there may be persons that would not view it with the same objections. I don't know why.
Noddy Boffin. Noddy. That's my name. Noddy or Nick Boffin. What's your name?
Silas Wegg. I don't know what Silas, and I don't know what Wegg.
Well now, Wegg, I've got a sort of offer to make you. Do you remember when you first see me?
Let me think. I generally take a powerful sort of notice. Was it on a Monday morning when the butcher boy had been to our house for orders and bought several ballads of me, which being unacquainted with the tunes, I run them over to him?
Right, Wegg, right.
To be sure, sir. To be sure we did. It was him, as it might be, and you was myself, as it might be, and it was you, Mr. Boffin, as you identically are, with your self-same stick, under your very same arm, and your very same back towards us. To be sure, your very self-same back.
Right, and I was a-listening to you, Wegg.
Was you indeed?
Oh, not in a dishonorable way, Wegg. Because you was singing to the butcher, and you wouldn't sing secrets to a butcher in the street, you know?
It never happened that I did so yet, to the best of my remembrance. But I might do it. A man can say what he might wish to do some day or another. If I'm not mistaken, sir, you alluded to some offer or another that was in your mind.
I'm coming to it, all right, I'm coming to it. I was going to say that when I listened that morning, I listened with admiration amounting to awe. I thought to myself, here is a man with a wooden leg, a literary man.
Not exactly, sir.
Why, you know every one of those songs by name and by tune, and if you want to read or to sing any one on them off straight, you've only to whip on your spectacles and do it. I see you at it.
Well, sir, we'll say literary then.
A literary man with a wooden leg, and all print is open to him. And it is, ain't it?
Well, truly, sir, I believe you couldn't show me the piece of English print I wouldn't be equal to colouring and throwing.
On the spot?
On the spot.
I know it. Well, consider this. Here am I, a man without a wooden leg, and all print is shut to me.
Indeed, sir. Education neglected.
Neglected. I don't mean to say, but what if you showed me a bee? I could so far give change for it as to answer Boffin.
Come, so that's something too.
It's something, but I'll take an oath it ain't much.
Perhaps it's not as much as could be wished by an inquiring mind, sir.
Now see here. I'm retired from business. Me and Mrs. Boffin, Henriette Boffin, which her father's name was Henry and her mother's name was Etty, and so you get it. We live on an inheritance under the will of a diseased governor.
Gentleman dead, sir?
Of course, man alive, don't I tell you? A diseased governor. Now it's getting too late for me to begin shoveling and sifting and alphabets and grammar books. I'm getting to be an old bird and I want to take it easy. But I want some reading. Some fine, bold reading, some splendid volume, some splendid book in a gorging show of volumes. How can I get that reading, Wegg? By paying a man truly qualified so much an hour, say, tuppence, to come and do it.
Flattered, sir. I am sure. This is the offer you mentioned, sir.
I don't want to tie a literary man with a wooden leg down too tight. Eightpenny a hour, shan't part us. Tuppence, eightpenny a hour.
Yes. As to the amount of strain upon the intellect now, wasn't you thinking at all of poetry?
Would it come dearer?
It would come dearer. But when a person comes to grind off poetry knot after knot, it is but right he should expect to be paid for its weakening effect on his mind.
Well, now, Wegg, I wasn't so much thinking of poetry except insofar as this. If you was to feel yourself in the mind now and then to tip me and Mrs. Boffin one of your ballads, why then we should drop into poetry.
I follow you, sir. But not being a regular musical professional, when I dropped into poetry, I should ask to be considered so far in the light of a friend.
Why, that's more than I could have asked, Wegg. I take it very kindly. But what do you think of the offer then, Wegg?
Mr. Boffin, I never bargained.
So I should have thought of you.
No, sir. I never did haggle, and I never will haggle. Consequently, I'll meet you at once, free and fair with done, for double the money.
Oh, you know better what it ought to be than I do, Wegg. Could you begin tonight?
Yes, sir, I'll see no difficulty if you wish it. You are provided with the needful implement, sir. A book, sir.
Oh, bought him in a sale. 8 volumes, red and gold, purple ribbon in every volume to keep your place where you leave off. Do you know him, Wegg?
The book's name, sir?
I was hoping you'd know him without it. His name is Decline and Fall Off the Rushan Empire.
Hi, indeed.
You know him, Wegg?
Oh, I haven't been, not to say right slap through him very lately. Been otherwise employed, Mr. Boffin, but know him. Oh, familiar, declining and falling off the Rushan? Rather, sir. Ever since me eldest brother left our cottage to enlist into the army, by which occasion, as the ballad that was made about it describes. Beside that cottage door, Mr. Boffin, a girl was on her knees. She held aloft a snowy scarf, sir, which my eldest brother noticed, fluttered in the breeze. She breathed a prayer for him, Mr. Boffin, a prayer he could not hear. And then my eldest brother leaned upon his sword and wiped away a tear.
I take it as very friendly that you drop down so soon into poetry, Wegg. Where I live is called Boffin's Bower, which is the name Mrs. Boffin christened it when we come into it as a property. If you should meet with anybody that don't know it by that name, which hardly anybody does, go up Maiden Laneway and ask for Armony Jail, named for my late deceased governor, old Mr. Armin. and you'll be put right. I shall expect you, Wegg, most joyfully. Print is now opening ahead of me. This night, a literary man with a wooden leg will begin to lead me a new life. My fist again, Wegg. Morning! Morning! Morning!
With an improved opinion of himself, Wegg ruminates that Boffin is an old fellow of rare simplicity. He considers gravely that this is an opportunity in which money might be got beyond present calculation. With these thoughts in his bosom, he repairs that night to Boffin's bower, formerly home to the elder Mr. Harmon, the late father of the newly murdered John Harmon.